Yo, what is going on? Back in the building. It's your boy Jake spreading love. Another episode of PRIMO Sports, episode 2-4. You know the vibes. Big Kobe shit. Last week we was on our Jordan shit. Now we on our Kobe shit. I'm with the co-host.
You already know who it is. It's your boy Lex, and welcome to another episode of Primo Sports, where it's all game and no hype.
Alright, man. So, let's get right into it, man. We got Chris Paul retiring. Feel me? We got the Wemby injury. We got Bills being trash. We got there's a lot of shit going on. But we'll start it off with Chris Paul. He's calling it quits after this season. Feel me? A great career. You know, Clippers look like they're not ass, so I wouldn't say total no chance to finally get that ring. But yeah, as far as a career, what do you feel about his legacy? Um, and what do you see him doing post career? You know,
Post career, I could see him as like a developmental coach. I can also see him as the commentator. But as far as legacy goes, I think he's gonna lead the game with a good one. Um, he helped change a lot of teams around. Um, and he was like pretty much the last of a dying breed when it comes to just being a pure point guard in the generation that we're in right now. So, I think he had a great career. It would have been great if he would have, got a chip when he was with Phoenix, when he went against the Bucks that year. But whatever happened happened. But overall, great career, Hall of Fame type career, and yeah, it's pretty good that he's finally calling it quits though, because what more can he do? You know what I mean? So yeah, shout out to Chris, and hopefully he's able to land in a good spot after this. You know what I mean? Since the NBA is back on NBC now, maybe he's able to join that team over there with like Dirk and Taylor Rooks and all them being able to commentate the games. It would be great to hear his insight, even some type of podcast type of thing, because he's a great basketball mind. So, it'd be cool to hear what he has to say, some of the stories. So, I think something along those lines, coach, podcast type of deal, commentary. I could see him doing things like that.
yeah, I see him on a Jason Kidd type shit. See him being like a head coach in the future. Um, as far as the legacy goes, man, to me, I always used to say like I think he's the most impactful, one of the most impactful players of all time when it comes to just going to a team and changing the culture and shit. Because I would even put it more over Bron. Because you could say, okay, yeah, the teams that Bron went to, had wild success and won championships. Excuse me, but every time Braun went somewhere, it was never just Braun. It was always somebody else going there too. You feel me? Like if he went to Miami, you had Bosch going there too to make the whole shit with him, Wade, and Bosch. And then if you talk about Cleveland, you had Kevin Love and them going over there. LA, you got AD going over there. Like every time he always got traded somewhere, it was never just him going there. It was something to make some crazy ass team for a championship. Chris Paul went dolo. You feel me? It was just him in the deal. It wasn't like, oh, we pairing Chris Paul with anybody or like it was just really Chris Paul going to the shit and making teams into playoff teams like OKC and shit. Like
Facts.
so, like to me, like that's more impactful because you went dolo and you a short player. Um, one of the best passers of all time, great midi, just I think that series, against Milwaukee, they had it, they was up 2-0 in that bitch, and the shit just didn't fall because Giannis was Giannis just went nuclear. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for anybody to stop that. But that was the year. Um, the Clippers is alright though. You know what I'm saying? Harden just dropped 55 today, going crazy. Harden's actually back in his bag and it's more efficient. It isn't like I understand everybody talks about Houston Harden, and yes, Houston Harden was crazy, but sometimes the numbers were definitely inflated by volume. Like he would shoot,
take like 40 shots.
yeah, so he's hitting 15 out of 40 and getting to the free throw line a lot. So it's like, oh, he dropped 40, but he shot 40 times, like some Cade Cunningham shit. So like
some old AI shit.
yeah, so like that shit, it's cool, but now it's more efficient. And I think that's just what comes with when you get older too. Like your shot actually gets better. And like the whole you understand your body way more, like you understand your shot mechanics a lot better the older you get because
and you're
you
able to
just get more
simplify
rhythm.
the game for yourself too. The older you get,
Yeah.
with the experience, you're able to um, where to pick your spots at a little bit better. You know what I mean? And makes it a little easier to get your shot off with less dribbles, and also too with just better shot selection overall. You know what I mean? Instead of taking the wild three, being able to step in and take a midi or just
Yeah.
take it to the rack, get fouled.
Like Harden ain't doing a million dribbles now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's kind of just all right. I know where I got to get to, or like
Just get to
you
your
know what I'm
spot.
saying,
Yeah.
or I know how to create where I need to step to create for somebody else to score. And if Kawhi could stay healthy, I mean that's always a crazy combination. You know what I'm saying? A guard that can facilitate like that, and then you got Chris Paul who's still not, he's still able to get in there and contribute and be a productive player as well. So, but unfortunately, I don't think anybody's really beating OKC at this point. That this shit it's given Golden State vibes, of that 15-16 season, uh, where they went 73-9 and shit. That was just crazy. But as far as back to Chris Paul, I'm gonna say, like I said, most impactful player to me that I've ever seen. Um, he just couldn't get that ring. Of course, that's always gonna be something, especially for him, because I already know he a competitor, as you know what I'm saying, really competitive ass motherfucker. You feel me? So like, I know that shit gonna, I know it's gonna bother him. People. I feel like a competitor like him, they might say some shit like, I'm just grateful for the shit that I got, which he probably is, but deep down inside, they all wish they could pop that bottle of champagne. You know what I'm saying?
Raise that Larry O'Brien.
And but again, that was another situation where like Phoenix wasn't looked at to go to the finals before he got there. You feel me? Like even if you think about that team, and shit ain't really that crazy with DeAndre Ayton, Devin Booker, and then Chris Paul came over there, and then they had other pieces that was working with it, like, and they were able to get to the finals because I think Chris Paul changes the culture and creates a winning environment no matter where he goes. So that's why coaching is definitely gonna be his shit, because I don't think he could really leave the game. I think he loved the game too much to really leave it. So he's always gonna be around.
That's why I feel like he was the last true floor general, the last true point guard. You know what I mean? And what the definition of a point guard is, he's the last of a dying breed. Like I was saying, like he's really like the quarterback on the court. You know what I mean? You know when he's on the court, he's gonna settle everything's down. He's gonna make sure everybody's in their place, and he's gonna make sure everybody gets their shots, and it's always gonna be the right shot. You know what I mean? And then he's able to score himself. So yeah, like I mean, it'll be great to see more players study him. You know what I mean, and learn a thing or two from them type of point guards because it's definitely going to make their game better as being a point guard, as being a distributor. and especially seeing where the game is going now, where you're starting to see more of the mid-range game, the point guard would be great for that. You know what I mean? Watching true point guards being able to distribute the ball and score within that 12 to 18-foot range, you know what I mean? Like, it helps out a lot. Helps out a lot.
Yeah, man. And you happen to run into a crazy force as well, man. You ran into Curry, dog. Like Curry is somebody that he couldn't get past, man. Just the highlights always gonna be there when he made you when he dropped you. You know what I'm saying with the behind the back shit. It was nasty, and a lot of times Golden State was eliminating the Clippers and shit. So sometimes you're great, but you just kind of run into somebody that's better. And I think that was a lot of what happened for Chris Paul. And also he got hold something serious though when he wasn't able to get traded to the Lakers.
I agree.
Like him and when him and Kobe, if it could have been Chris Paul and Kobe,
he probably could have got at least two.
Like
not even on front, he probably
that's prime Chris Paul, prime Kobe,
and they would have worked so well with each other because Chris pretty much has that similar type of mindset. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Where like the focus is just different, bro. And he would have been the perfect point guard for Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Because Kobe would have just been able to beat
Kobe. That trade. Why they vetoed that trade? That shit was funny to me. I don't understand why they vetoed that. Was it because y'all were sick of having the commercials where it was like you had the LeBron puppet and the Kobe puppet, but the LeBron puppet didn't have no rings and shit? So like he used to be like, damn, well, we need LeBron to have a ring and shit. So
to make it
like cool. But y'all hated on Cole for that. I feel like y'all didn't want Cole to win no more. It was too much for y'all. Feel me? It was like, nah, we really need LeBron to start winning some shit. And like we never got to see the LeBron versus Kobe final, but that's because LeBron didn't hold up his end of the bargain. Kobe got there in years that the Cavs were number one seed in the East. The 2009 season, 2000 like that little era, the Cavs was being, winning like 60 games a year. Mo Williams and them, feel me? Ilgauskas and them. I understand it's not the best teams, but you was winning all them games, bro. You gotta get to the finals with that type of team. You feel me? But it didn't happen. But yeah, I feel like Chris Paul could have did something right there, and they definitely hold him on that shit. But unfortunately, that's the way it goes, man. And after that, like I said, he ran into just that Golden State team as they were just transitioning into who they were gonna be. And that Lob City shit was cool, but a lob is 2 points. I got the Splash Bros. You feel me? I got prime play. Lighting motherfuckers up for 70 and 3/4 or 60 and 3/4 or whatever the fuck. You feel me? You got
like 16 and 11 drills.
Yeah, it's like you feel me, which that fall off needs to be studied by the way too, because this motherfucker just.
I really think I think what's going on. I think what really happened is that injury when they played Toronto in the finals. I think that's when everything started to go downhill. Because remember when he went up for that layup or dunk or whatever, and he came down, I think that's when it started. And ever since then, I don't think he's been able to get to that form.
I just don't get it though, because it's like shooting is like, man, you supposed to be like, I could understand like, oh, he falls off from being able to like, pump fake by you, try to get to the basket type shit. I could see the athleticism falling off, but like it's the fact that he's missing wide open threes. Like I think it's a mental thing. I think it's all mental at this point. I think he's just thinking about this shit too much, and he's just not letting that shit fly. Cause
it is a mental thing at this point because, but yeah, like I said, I think it started from that point, and then having to miss a whole season, then come back that following season. So I feel like ever since then, that's been where the mental battle is done. So for like let's say like the past 5-6 years or whatever, it's just been a complete mental struggle to get back to that form. You feel me? And it's hard coming back from knee injuries, man. Like to be the exact same player that you were, like that shit's hard to come back to.
Shit, I don't even need you to be the exact, bro. Just at least don't be going this shit I be seeing. I mean, I be seeing 0 for 5, 1 for 6 from the three. Like, come on. That shit's like a crazy fall off, bro. You gotta get back in your bag. Now that this shit going on, everybody gonna start saying he too focused with Meg, and then you know what I'm saying, now all of that's gonna get in your fucking head, and Dallas is fucking trash. So it's just gonna be a bunch of fucking shit that I don't see it getting any better just because of like your mental's already fucked up, and now you're in a bad situation, a losing situation. You got the whole shit, you know, where you and Meg and everybody's talking about this shit. So now you're under crazy spotlight, and you. So now when you don't do shit, it's gonna be more, and it's gonna be more highlighted when you don't do shit now because now you're more in the public eye because you're dating a very. Now I'm not saying not to do that. I'm not telling you not to do that, of course. I'm just saying like now it's gonna play more into his mental where excuse me, it's gonna be thinking about it too much. Now it's I missed a shot. Fuck, what are they gonna post? You feel me? They gonna post the shit with me and Meg, and then I don't. You feel me? Now I come back to the game. We're what? Fucking, got only 5 wins on the season, double digit loss column. Feel me? We going through all this shit. Everybody talking shit about the franchise already. With all these dumbass moves that they made, and Nick,
talking about moving to Vegas.
Yeah, so he's in a bad situation right now. He's in a bad situation, but he's not making it any better. Cause I need you to make wide open threes. I mean, this is fucking crazy. What happened? You're Klay Thompson. I don't need you to be Golden State Klay. I just need you to hit shots, which at this stage of your career, you should easily still be able to do because you are one of the greatest shooters of all time. Of all time. I'm not glazing. Like he is one of the best shooters of all time.
Mark Jackson
for sure.
Mark Jackson said it when he was their coach. Like I have the greatest shooting backcourt ever. And he wasn't lying.
Yeah.
He wasn't lying. Shooting wise, they Klay and Steph, who was fucking with them two shooting wise?
Yeah.
Nobody. You could put them two up against anybody, bro, and it's like, man, they're gonna win fucking 9 out of 10 times.
I think.
You feel me?
Yeah, and I think also that shit has a lot to do with his mental too. Because when I'm thinking about Golden State Klay, I'm thinking about two-way player being able to lock up on the other end, and now he doesn't. He can't lock up on the other end, so him probably getting scored on probably already fuck him up.
Yeah.
I only could think because there's no because the injury, of course, the mental starts from there, but it's like I know that shit healed already. It's been a minute.
Yeah,
Your mental is still fucked up.
Yeah,
You gotta
that too,
get the you
but like
gotta
also too with the physical thing too. Um, Obviously he's getting a little older in age, so he has slowed down, and the injury doesn't help. You feel me? The fact that he's not able to get to that 100% Klay that once where he once was as far as both ends of the ball. Because then now being on both, like having to play defense and shit with that injury, and then he's getting older, shit starting to slow down. That shit could be really starting to affect him. Not necessarily to the point where it's like I gotta sit down, but you could tell the difference. Like, yeah, I'm moving a little bit slower. Like, damn, last year, I was able to get there a little faster than what I am now. You feel me? Like this shit just slowed him down. Like the whole shit just slowed him down, and yeah, I think it just really fucked with his mental. Like the moment that injury happened, having to sit out the whole year, then having to like get back into that role, into that rhythm that where he once was at, just fucked with him. You feel me? It started to fuck with him mentally, and then now trying to find some type of peace, having a relationship he has, but it's a publicized relationship. So now you're not really gaining that peace because now everybody's in your shit. You know what I mean? So now you got everybody coming at you from the basketball angle, and then now they're using your relationship to say that now this is affecting this. You feel me?
Yeah,
So it's like it all it seems like it's all everything is all in one pot and it's just starting to stir and boil and boil and boil to the point where it's like how much longer do you keep them? Because now the Mavs really just have a team full of injured players. Like their star players are injured.
yeah. I mean, you got Cooper right now. Got Cooper Flag out there just doing his shit, rookie shit. Letting him fucking. I mean, it's a tough situation. But I think he's gonna probably get let go. I don't know, probably retire too. Like I would just call it quits. You know what I'm saying? Just what do you got? What you're not gonna win with Dallas. You're really not somebody we're looking to pick up. Nobody's looking to pick you up, really. You know
And if it is somebody to pick you up, it's probably gonna be a young team. You feel me?
that
But
just wants some
you
mentorship
know what I'm
or
saying?
some shit.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Have him like Kyle Lowry right now. Kyle Lowry's cooling right now. He's on the bench. He's just listening. Play a coach right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He'll get in the game if they're up 30. You know what I'm saying? Like, go get some cardio in, bro.
yeah,
You feel me? Like, but other than that, he's cooling because he's been in the league for 20 years.
yeah. It's all set.
You know what I'm saying? He got his chip. He's good. Solid point guard. He's chilling. Now he could just pass on his wisdom to the young players. So like that's probably what would happen with Clay at this point. A young team will pick him up because like they could still use that veteran leadership. You know what I mean? And show him how a professional is supposed to be a professional and how a playoff team is supposed to act and perform and prepare in order to be able to get over that hump to get to the championship and actually win something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nah, no bullshit. So like back to Chris Paul with this shit. I would say first ballot, right?
Yeah, why
First
not?
ballot for sure.
Definitely first ballot.
First ballot.
First ballot all day, bro.
Yep.
All day. Look at that. Oh, that's the '03 draft class, right?
I don't think
Is
it.
it? Oh
I
no,
don't think. I,
'06.
yeah, I
'06.
don't think.
I
Yeah,
think
he wasn't in
it
that
was
draft class.
'06.
Yeah.
It was the '06 draft class. Bro, why not?
Yeah, nah, he had a crazy good career, man,
Bro,
and
he
he
had a
made.
great career. He had a good college career, bro. Like, nah, man. Like that, he's first ballot, bro. In there, yeah, chalk it up, bro. I don't think that's a debate at all.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
feel
nah,
me? To
yeah,
me, that's a no debate. You can read the name on the thing and just slide it to the end pile because he's in there, bro.
yeah.
You would be I feel like you would be doing an injustice
He
to the
got to be
basketball
first ballot.
gods
Yeah,
and basketball, the sport itself, if you don't include him into the Hall of Fame, bro. He was too good of a player. He changed organizations around teams that were ass. Look what he did with OKC. And
yeah.
all that did was just like springboard them into being able to grab a Shea and all these other players and now look at NBA champions.
Yeah,
So yeah, first ballot all day. I'm there. That's not even a debate for me.
yeah. And then now he's back. It's a good way to finish it off too with the Clippers,
Mm-hmm.
because that's the organization that he had the most success with. Even though he
Right.
went to the finals with Phoenix,
It's still
like the
LA.
consistent amount of like great seasons and
It would be LA. It would be with the Clippers. What he did over there with Lob
yeah,
City, DeAndre Jordan, Blake Griffin and them. I mean, that was a fun team, bro. It was
yeah.
just a fun, entertaining team. Then they had Jamal Crawford over there. Like
Nah,
it was just an
JJ
amazing team.
Redick.
KJ Redick, like they had a fun team,
They
bro.
just ran into that
You know
Warriors
what I'm
team, bro.
saying?
They just ran. It was just bad timing, man. It was bad timing, and they had their chance. They had their chances too. Series where they were up 3-1 that they blew. Classic Doc Rivers shit. It's happened. Houston. Houston, he had a chance as well. You know, if he's not injured, they probably beat Golden State that year. Um, now, and I wouldn't say that that's the 73-9 um Golden State team. So who's to say what they would have did if they had to face Braun and them? You feel me? They probably would have went in their crazy confidence. Probably would have had a chance right there too. But that's the NBA for you, man. That's another thing that I think kind of fucked him up too. Is he did used to be injured a lot. You know what I mean? And
in key moments.
yep, in key moments, and never. I would say he was. Well, there was that debate when it was De'Aaron Williams and Chris Paul for who was the best in the league. So there was a point where it was like Chris Paul's the best point guard in the league, probably for like maybe like 2-3 years. You feel me? But then like I said, the emergence of a great team just happened. But that's what happened for a lot of people. Charles Barkley and them. They ran to a crazy Bulls team and they kind of fucked up their chances to get that ring. But yeah, man, shout out Chris Paul, shout out Cliff Paul, shout out State Farm.
Cliff Paul, I remember.
That's what I would say whenever he would fuck up, is I would start calling him Cliff Paul. But great legacy. Yeah, moving on from that, man, we're gonna jump into some football. Man, that Thursday night game happened. Houston with Mills and them, pull out. I mean, that fucking defense was crazy.
Bro, they just showed why they got one of the top defenses in the league, bro.
I think they're number one. So they're
like the way that they were like just crowding that pocket, bro, not letting this man do nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. They wasn't letting Josh get out the pocket. When he did, he was just everywhere with it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though. Like his pocket presence was looking real trash to me. And I'm only saying this because I'm a Giants fan, so I'm watching somebody like Jackson Dart that deals with a terrible O line, and the way that he's so much like I was watching shit and being like, yo, Dart would never, bro. Like he would turn. It's like the hesitancy is too much. Like he turn and then turn back the other way, try to run the other way. Like it's like, bro, you gotta make up your mind when you're back there. It's not like you. This ain't fucking Madden, bro, where you could just do this with the joystick and move back and forth and somehow you get past somebody. Like when they were rushing in, I seen opportunities that he should have stepped up and ran.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like too much panic. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, I don't know about this guy, bro. Like, I don't know about this team. Cause yes, they're gonna be a playoff team. They're gonna be in the playoffs for sure. Most likely a wild card after this loss because this was we're pretty late in the season right now. We're at like what, week 12 or some shit like that, week 13. So it's gonna be hard to make that up. You guys have not a crazy. I mean, y'all gotta face us. That's a dub. Y'all gotta face certain these teams that lower tier teams towards the end. And the Bills is probably gonna be the only team that you would say is like the biggest challenge heading down the end of the season. So losing this game was crazy for them, and it's like every time, bro. Every time you put any type of faith in this team to fucking do something in a clutch game, in a game that matters, prime time game, they don't do it, bro. Like, and Josh Allen really be selling the bag. He really be the one that throws the pick, fumbles the ball. I mean, they had a crazy ass play. They converted on a 4th and 20 something, like with a fucking, with a pitch play.
Mm-hmm.
And you still lose. You're supposed to win after you convert that. When you make those plays, you're supposed to win the game. You are not supposed to lose after you fucking convert a 4th and 27, bro. Like, and you get to a 3rd and 1, and you can't get 1 yard, bro. Because the play calling was stupid, and then your inability to perform in these situations. And my brother had a sweet ticket
that he sent me, and I fucking went along with it, and I forgot. I forgot I don't bet on the Bills and Josh Allen no more. They have never done good for me. Cause they don't fucking do it when it matters, bro. And Josh Allen is not him. Okay? Until he proves me something in the playoffs, he's not him. Drake May is the best quarterback in the AFC East.
Yeah, nah, I
You know what I mean? Cause as of right now, I mean, obviously, and if you're looking at totality of the career, you know, Josh Allen has an MVP and all this shit, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Right now, he's not the best QB in the AFC East, and that's just what it is, you know. And Houston's defense is out of this world, and with they won a game without CJ Stroud.
the quarterback is what 3-0 now without CJ being out there. So now you think Houston's over here like
Nah, because not for nothing, the he's not really like it's really the defense kind of winning the games. Like he's not fucking. I watched the game, but it's not like he's out there making the crazy. He's making good throws. He's really game managing right now. But I mean, I guess I could see that as in a way, just because like, no, you're not gonna do it. Of course, you're gonna get C.J. Stroud out there.
right.
But like, you know, not for nothing, C.J. Stroud hasn't looked fucking crazy amazing
Mm-hmm. Since
since
last
his
year,
rookie
really.
year, since his rookie year.
Yeah.
But if you know, I'm going off of who knows you know, who plays with the first team more and
Right.
all of that shit. I gotta go with CJ. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think, and then like it's not like I seen Davis Mills do some crazy ass David Mills, whatever for Davis or David, um, do some crazy shit where I'm like, oh yeah, nah, he's the like they're basically almost playing the same to
Right.
me.
Right.
So like if I'm gonna do that, then I'm gonna go with CJ Stroud because he's a little bit more athletic. So you know, I would just rock with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really look, and then you know the defense is, you know, with that Willie Anderson motherfucker and Hunter and them yo, they begin and Hunter looks crazy like his fucking arms and shit like them motherfuckers look scary as hell out there. And I love the red uniform by the way. The uniforms was fire. Feel me with the red and the black. I thought that shit was fire. Um, and Houston, you know, I think they trying to do something. I think that's a scary team to face, no matter who you are, just because the defense gives them a chance to win any game.
I was gonna say that. I feel like if they was to get into the playoffs as a wild card, they're probably gonna be the wild card team. You know what I'm saying? Meaning they're gonna be the team to look out for because of that defense, and anything can happen in the NFL playoffs. You only get one game. This ain't no series. You gotta be perfect damn near. You feel me? So, but I was a little shocked by the game just because it was like you would think that with who the Bills are, they would be coming out pause to play a little bit better than what they played. You feel me? But it just looked like Houston's defense completely controlled the game. Like their front four, bro, had Josh running around all crazy, but then at the same time, it's like he wasn't really able to get out of the pocket. You feel me? Like it was like they was just keeping him in the pocket, and it seemed like the whole time a lot of the plays were almost like desperation plays for the Bills. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just like let's hope this fucking works. You feel me? Because it's like they wasn't able to do nothing, bro. Like the defense just completely controlled the game, and all the offense had to do was just not make mistakes.
Yeah.
You feel me? And once they took control of the game, once that like third quarter hit, it was over, bro.
Yeah, cause like the Bills kept getting them back the ball and shit too.
Like
Like the
yo,
Bills defense was playing good. To be
like when
honest,
they
they
when they
kept.
got the pick off I think it was like a tip or something like that, and they got you know what I'm saying, they intercepted the ball, returned it or whatever. It's like, yeah, this defense is crazy, and you know, seeing like I said, just seeing Josh Allen in the pocket, he did not look comfortable. The defense kept him uncomfortable, kept him moving, and when he was moving, he wasn't really able to get out. You feel me? Like
And I
they were
mean, to
just
me, that
swarming, bro. Like, and they were just on point. And then like on the offensive side of the ball, it's like, what is Buffalo really doing? You feel me? It's like
well, the
you
problem,
don't
yeah,
really have like who's your number one receiver? Because they don't have a number one receiver, and I think their main tight end is out. The starting tight end, and he might be out or whatever. But even then, who's your number one receiver? Who's the one that you can get the ball to on a third and whatever? You know what I'm saying? Who's your big play guy? They don't even have that. The dude Coleman was supposed to be that, but he's not able to get. He's not running the routes correctly. He's not even able to do his regular team shit to, you know what I'm saying? Because he's being disciplined. You know what I'm saying? To where he's not being able to start these games or even playing the games, period.
yeah.
So it's like you got Cook back there. He's doing okay, but you need a little bit more than that. And for us, for the Pats, that shit helps us tremendously. Because now we got to see you guys late in the season, and if you guys are fucking up now, that only helps us way more. And especially in the AFC East right now, where it's just between us two, and the more y'all keep losing, the more we just keep playing, pulling away with it. You feel me? So it's like it seems like little by little the changes of guards are starting to happen again, and it's like Buffalo's not taking advantage of of the time that they have. You feel me? To be able to be on top and be a top AFC East or just the AFC team, period. Because a lot of these young up and coming teams, bro, the way that they're playing right now, damn, they're playing like they just don't care. And you can see how Houston is coming up. You see how they're building off of that defense. If the offense could get clicking, who knows where the Texans would be right now, bro? If they got the number one defense.
Yeah, nah, for sure. And I just think like you said, man, this is their window opportunity, and they're kind of fumbling it. There's really nobody. I mean, Shakir's good. You know, he's the one that he was basically the MVP for the Bills to me, as far as the one, excuse me, converting those fucking first downs, and you know there's just no number one option. You went and grabbed Gabe Davis back and shit, but that's not gonna do nothing. You gave him a play that he could have, a better receiver, a top receiver. He probably comes down with that to win the game. It was a deep route, and he throws it and he catches it right near the pylon, but he only gets 1 foot in. Top tier receiver gets both feet in. Probably doesn't even need to fight for the ball as much as Gabe Davis does. It was a great effort, great catch, but the feet wasn't in bounds. Shit doesn't count. End up losing the game. But then, not for nothing, it wouldn't surprise me if they fuck around and then go, they beat New England or some shit, because that's been the Bills all year.
Mm-hmm.
It's just been, you don't know what the fuck you're gonna get from these people, man.
Right, right.
Losing to
Nah, that's a good
Atlanta,
point. That's a
beating
good
the
point.
Chiefs. I don't know what's going on. You have a great performance, then a shitty performance. Versus you're supposed to win that game against Houston. That's the game that y'all favored in. But then y'all go ahead and the game that y'all not favored in, y'all gonna win. So there's no consistency here. I think like you have some good building blocks, because their defense is great. They have a fucking phenomenal defense. I'll say that. They kept getting them the ball back to be able to win that game, and holding Houston to three in certain situations, and so you got that. James Cook is fucking nice. He had like 100 and some change with a tutty, with a crazy like 40-yard touchdown run.
Mm-hmm.
But you need a number one, man. You need a number one receiver. Knox and Kincaid in them. Those are good tight ends, but
You need that
you
number
need
one
that. You need
option
that.
though.
You need that.
Like those are good security
Because
blankets.
Shakir is like more. He's a slot receiver, so you can't throw the deep ball to him and expect him to come down with it. He's more just catch him in the slot, and then his speed has to be the factor of whether he scores, or like whether it's a big play or not. You know, um, Coleman isn't even fucking playing. They like benched his ass. Then you got like Joshua Palmer in there. He's okay.
but he's not a number
Gabe
one.
Davis. He's okay.
Right.
Not a number
But then
one.
these guys are not number one options. So you got like possession receivers and like the security blankets with the tight ends. You know that they're gonna catch the ball. You know that they can make plays, but you need that guy that makes a play every time.
But then you
You know what
also
I'm
see
saying?
this. Stephon Diggs over there having a good old time. Maybe you should have kept him. You know, maybe you should have really treated him as he was, who he was, number one option. And some of those games that you have lost in the playoffs, these close games, against the Chiefs and shit, or against anybody, I think if you keep Stephon Diggs there, it's still building. Y'all would have been. Think about this. Y'all building together this whole time. So, like, the relationship between Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs would have been crazy. He would have been able to mentor whoever's coming there. And you would have still had that number one option because he's still nice. He's still nice. And Drake May is showing you that he's still nice. So, sometimes you got to think maybe in the future, like, okay, we getting rid of Stephon now. Josh Allen wins the MVP, so everybody thinks, oh, that's the right move. But MVP and for what? He didn't win shit. So you ain't getting no chip. So is it a success if you just get an MVP? I don't know. I don't know. You could debate that, I guess. You could debate whether that you count that as well. That was a successful move because he became MVP afterwards. But did he win it? Did he win a Super Bowl? No. So does that count as a success? Now, if Patriots fuck around, go ahead and they win the shit with Stephon Diggs. Now, who really won that? Right? So, I just think sometimes you gotta think about shit, man. You can't just be letting go of these number one guys because of small issues. Because there's times that I wish we would have kept Odell, when he was doing his thing. And, we saw him go get a chip with LA. And you saw that he still was nice. Like even when we got rid of him, he was like in his prime. Like it's
He
just
went to the Browns after that, right?
yeah, And he was doing all right over there too. But he would have, he stays in New York. We never really got to see what he could have been with Saquon too. Like they played one season together. It's just I think organizations just move too fast on shit sometimes, man, and you end up seeing that it doesn't work in the long run.
Yeah, I
So
feel like they get caught up into win now
yeah,
type of deal. So that's why like I feel like a lot of times, certain coaches that are like good coaches, you know what I'm saying, they'll get fired quickly. Like when Doc took old boy's job from the Bucks, and he had them motherfuckers second in the East.
yeah.
You feel me? And then all of a sudden, now we're gonna let him go. We're gonna have Doc in here. And what happened after that? You feel me? So yeah, I can agree with that. Sometimes they move way too fast because of that mentality that they have of win now. We ain't winning now. Fuck, we gotta change it up. We ain't wasting time. And sometimes that can come back and bite you in the ass, pose.
Nah, I really could, man, and that's why you gotta be smarter as organizations, man. Y'all just can't be out here just shit's kind of a little rough. Da, da, da. They want this much money, we gotta let them go because of the cap space, man. Fuck that. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice that shit, man. Make the people work with what you got sometimes and develop the talent you got instead of just trying to go ahead and like, oh, we get rid of a superstar so we could grab like a bunch of like above average players. Keep the superstar, the average players that you got, elevate them to being above average while they're with your organization.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
But who am I? I'm just saying, shit, y'all ain't got a chip. So am I wrong? I don't know. But I think it's definitely gonna be fucking. The playoffs is gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be real
I
interesting this
think
year on both sides.
I think the Rams are for sure, yo, gonna be like that team that in the NFC that they might make it to that bitch, yo. You know, cause
Not for nothing, I can agree with that because the way that they're playing, one, I feel like they have more of a cohesiveness and a togetherness than the Eagles do.
yeah.
You feel me? Like I feel they're more here.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? They're more on the same page where the Eagles are like they're winning games. Don't get me wrong, they're winning games. They know how to win, but there's something there that ain't clicking and at some point in time, and it could be at the wrong time. That shit just all fucking falls apart. You feel me? And the way that the Rams are playing right now, yo, Matt Stafford, bro.
Yeah, like the way that the Rams are playing is they can satisfy all their players. Like, so with the Eagles team, you're gonna have Antonio Brown bitching about shit. You're gonna have like, you know, that type of situation because Jalen Hurts isn't a better quarterback as far as passing goes than Matthew Stafford.
Right. Matt's gonna spread the ball around.
And then the way that their shit is designed is so perfect. Like you got a good run game with Corum and then Kyron Williams, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Puka is somebody high volume receiver, so you could throw him the ball like 18 fucking times and he gonna catch that shit 16 out of 18 times.
Mm-hmm.
And now when you get to the red zone, Devontae Adams. One on one, you what are you gonna do? Like the team is so, and then Kyron Williams is always at the 1 yard line, pretty much guaranteed to get in the fucking end zone.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you got Puka that can do a quick little screen pass and just run in there real quick. Like that team is very complete. You know, um, fucking the defense with Verse and Young in them, yo, they are nice. They are nice. I think like LA to me is the favorite in the NFC just because of the complete team. And I know I got Matt Stafford that has done it already.
And that's another thing, bro.
Somebody that's done it.
And that's the thing, Matt Stafford, and then just his level of quarterbacking.
Yeah,
you feel me? He's a high level quarterback, bro.
You gotta have him in the MVP conversation right now. You got
it. Just the way that he's balling out is just ridiculous, bro. Like he has the weapons, you know what I'm saying? Just having Puka out there is what more do you need? You feel me? But then you got Devontae Adams right here where you know that, bro, if I throw him the ball, he's gonna
if it's a 1-on-1 in the end zone,
bro, like just throw him the ball, bro. His footwork is crazy. And then he got great hands, bro. You know
yeah, he's
like,
tall.
He got great fucking hands. So it's like, nah, man, like so like I was saying, like I just feel like there's just more of a togetherness with them. You feel me? Like they're playing to win. You feel me? I feel like Philly is winning, and they've been pulling some games out, pause. But the Rams are playing to win. Like every game they're going out there, they had. I feel like they had the confidence of like, no, we're gonna win this game.
And Detroit too. You know, they have like kind of a thing going on too. But it's like it's Jared Goff for me. Like I seen what the fuck happened to him in that last game where they was just pressuring the fuck out of him, and he can't make these throws under pressure.
He needs the protection. And when they're not protecting him, then that's when you get the dumb throws or you get the sacks.
Yeah.
Or you'll get the fumbles. You feel me? So yeah, I can agree with that one.
Like I
can agree with that one.
And then, you know, obviously their division is also tough too, just having the Packers in there. And
having to face the Vikings.
And having to face the Vikings and all that shit too. Oh, give me 1 second. Let's start to see.
Yeah, because they're in the north, right?
Yeah, because I mean,
and then right now,
they lost against the Eagles, right?
And then also too the Bears. The Bears have been fucking. The Bears have been probably the most like how just shocking. You wasn't a. I don't think you expected the Bears to be this good.
Yeah, and
you feel me?
Right, and I think the Rams have been handling everybody that's been kind of from in their division. You know, they've been kind of winning. They've lost. I think they lost to San Fran or some shit like that. But besides that, you know, they're 8-2 now. They just beat Seattle.
Mm-hmm. And that was a divisional game.
And then in that game, like I said, for Jared Goff against the Eagles was crazy pressure on them. You know what I mean? Rocking his shit, all of that. But it's like that shit. Even when he had some time, he was fucking up on the throws because I feel like they just threw him off. That's not happening to Stafford. Stafford he gonna die out there making good throws. Before you hit him, he's throwing the dot,
bro. He's making no.
This is what I'm saying. So like, so
he's one of them guys, bro. Like
he's an MVP conversation. Drake May and Jonathan Taylor. You know, I would like to. For me, it's like Jonathan Taylor is number one. But you know how it is. They always gonna try to give it to a fucking quarterback. But like, bro, this guy has the most points in the NFL. That's usually a kicker stat. You know what I'm saying? He has the most points. You know, just the surprise of where Indy is at. I mean, I guess you could say the same. You could make that same argument for the Pats too. But I just feel like Drake May's having a great season, and even with Matthew Stafford and shit. But they're not like, whoa, like, oh my God, this is like record breaking season. This, you know, Jonathan Taylor has like fucking 16 touchdowns or some shit like that. Like some crazy amount of touchdowns. Like he could break the touchdown record. It's gonna be tough because that shit's like 31 or some shit by fucking LaDainian Tomlinson, but he has a chance. But either way, like, bro, if you have a 20 touchdown season, 20 plus touchdown season,
still that's
come on.
Season.
And then if the Colts finish like, you know, number one in the AFC or some shit like that, I don't know. I feel like you gotta, you know, stop doing this quarterback shit. Is like, you know,
I wouldn't be mad at the Jonathan Taylor, the Stafford shit. Great. You want to give it to May? Great. For me, like I said the last show, like you ain't got to give it to May. He's having a good year.
Yeah,
he's having a good year. Thank you for the acknowledgement, but personally, like nah, like, and it's not the shit on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a Pats fan. It's just the reality of it.
It's not a record breaking season.
Right. It's not. It's when I'm looking at it, it's like he's just steps ahead. Yep. He steps ahead of the quarterbacks that came in his draft class. Right.
Yeah.
He has the advantage, and it's with the fact that he has what the fuck is our coordinator name? Josh McDaniels.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That helps out so much. You know what I'm saying? So it like the players are there for him. We got the personnel for him. So he's elevated. That's the way I look at it. You did better than last year. You're elevating. The team is doing great. You know what I'm saying? We had a total of 8 wins the last 2 seasons. We've already surpassed that in 1 season. That's good. If anything, you can give Vrabel Coach of the Year for that. You know that stat alone.
Yeah.
MVP for May. Nah, you're having a great season.
But it's not like there's not that game like the 400-yard, 4 touchdown game.
There isn't like
a 500-yard game.
There still isn't that like. Nah, he's that quarterback of the future. What it is it's like, nah, we're on the right trajectory. He keep balling like this within the next 2, maybe 3 years. Yup, you're gonna have to put him in that conversation. I feel right now, you having a great fucking year. Keep balling, keep showing them what you can do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the bullshit. Fuck the shit with what Cam says and all that other shit. Whatever. That they get paid to do that shit. You get paid to just ball the fuck out. So as long as you keep balling the fuck out, that's all that matters for me. The awards and all that shit could come after. Yeah. I would love the Super Bowl more important.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Give me that shit. I want to see 7.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I think if you ask any of the players, they're gonna say
I want to see that shit. Like the MVP, that'll be great if we get it in the MVP and chip. Oh, that's amazing, right? You're having a great year. Let's just ride that fucking wave of we're having a great year. And just keep building off of that each game and every year. Yeah. Right now, to me, I would say either Jonathan Taylor or you can either go Matt Stafford. You probably lean more so towards Jonathan Taylor because of what he's doing with the touchdowns, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, thank you for just acknowledging my boy.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, no,
You know what I'm saying?
I think I agree that it's there. I just think you have to have there has to be that game, that crazy game, and Jonathan Taylor has that game right now. 244 yards and 3 touchdowns and a fucking game-winning touchdown in Germany. Like that there has to be those moments that solidify it, but there's still a lot of season left too. So there could be, who knows if I don't think he's ever gonna fall off with it, but maybe doesn't get as many touchdowns towards the end, and then we'll see what happens. But as far as right now, it would go Jonathan Taylor, Stafford May, or you could kind of interchange Drake and Stafford. But I'm gonna put Stafford a little bit ahead because he had the 3 games in a row, 4 touchdowns. I mean, he had like 21 touchdowns and 0 interceptions at one point. Like this shit is he's slanging that shit and he's getting a lot of touchdowns, but that's because the team is complete. And when you get down to that red zone area, you have somebody like Devontae Adams. I think that is literally the X factor for them to be able to win the Super Bowl is Devontae Adams.
Right.
Because that's the goal line presence. I got you. But look, man, that was, goal line presence, great expectations, great seasons that we talking about.
Right.
You feel me? And this was a fucking great episode, Lex. You know what I'm saying? It was very we broke this shit down. I think we getting a lot better at this, cuz
Yeah,
I
I
ain't
think we
gonna
got
lie.
real quick. We forgot it.
Yeah, go ahead. Talk. My fault.
We mentioned them, but
Talk to me.
I think because we're both mellow fans.
Oh yeah, my dog.
Flowers to Kion. You know what I'm saying? Kion is fucking balling. I feel like he's gonna be out of all these basketball players' sons. I feel like he's gonna be the best overall. I feel like he's out of all of them. He's been the better prepared.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And by him being in Syracuse right now, it's a beautiful thing. You feel me? Like
Game looks easy to him
you know what I'm
already.
saying? Like the way he's playing, he seems like he's just more ready than them other dudes. And just the way that he talks about it, you feel me? Just by him mentioning like, yeah, man. Shout out to Cayenne. He's balling right now. He's in a good program over there at Syracuse. You know what I mean? Just like his pops, but he just seems like the most complete. And I feel like once he comes out of college, he's gonna really be something totally different, bro. Like his game is already just it just seems like it's a lot better than what like a Bryce or a Bronny was at that point in time. You
Yeah,
feel
he's
me?
gonna shit all over, bro.
I feel like he's just way more complete. His offensive bag is just gonna be just tremendous, and I think he has a a good career, ahead of him.
And the team is good too. Like the whole team is good. They got good players over there. And put him into the starting lineup and he went like 8 for 11, 19 points. It's just efficient scoring.
That's what I look at when I'm looking at the scoring a lot of times. A lot of times I'm looking at like how efficient are you with the scoring? Like, all right, you got 19, but 8
it's
for
like
11
this.
is
Bronny
5.
averaged like 5
Mm-hmm.
in USC. You feel me? Like I know he had the heart shit that happened
Mm-hmm.
and all of that, but like you got you got in the league because he pops. Cayenne is just gonna get in the league because of him. You feel me? Like that's gonna be a difference. I think Cayenne's gonna have a lot more success. Barring any type of injury or anything like that. Of course, knock on wood, we don't want none of that shit to happen. But I always gotta say that because it's a possibility. But yeah, I think Cayenne is him, and I think he's gonna take over. Um, I'm not like take over the league, but he's gonna be nice in the league as far as like he's gonna take over as far as the Suns go.
Bro. I think
The
he's just well
stars, but
prepared, bro. Like,
yeah,
the way that Melo has prepared him, bro.
yeah,
I mean, and the good thing, the dope thing about it is like we got to see that from when he was a kid. You feel
yeah.
me? So it's like
Little
it's
jab
almost
step work.
right with the jab steps. So it's almost like we're growing with him as well. You know what I mean? As fans, we're able to grow with him, see his progression, see where he was from when he was a kid, jab stepping, to in high school doing this thing, to now he's in college and he's 8 for 11, 19 points. Shows that you're prepared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're working on your game, you're working on your craft, you're not allowing the outside noise to distract you. And yo, shout out to Melo, man.
Yeah, for
Once
sure,
again,
man.
shout out to Melo.
And that's a
I'm a huge
Boricua,
fan.
you know what I mean? Half
I'm
Boricua, you feel me?
still a huge fan, bro. I support what Melo does, man. I feel like that '04 year, man, in Syracuse, bro, was just something different, fam. It was so just different. So yeah, just I'm happy for
Oh
Cayenne,
four.
or '03, whatever it
Oh,
was.
oh yeah, the
Yeah,
year, yeah, the
the
year.
year that they won.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah, he was in the league, I think. But
yeah,
yeah,
so it was like
the year
'03, I
before,
think.
yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, like I'm happy to see his progression. I'm happy to see what the Anthony family is becoming, and I wish them nothing but success, man.
For sure, man, and wish us nothing but success as well, man. You feel me? That's another episode wrapped up, man. Episode 24, pumping out that content, man. Y'all know the vibes, man. It's your host, Jake Spread Love. I'm signing off this bitch. Lex, any parting words for the fans out there?
Yeah, man. Since this is episode 24, R.I.P. Kobe Bean, man.
Yes, sir, man. RP Kobe, RP GG. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else that lost their lives in that shit too, man. Thank y'all for the love y'all been supporting, you know what I'm saying, for a minute. If y'all been here for a while, or if y'all just new to the page, man, make sure y'all like and subscribe. Peace out.